Have you heard of the five why analysis? I'd heard of it before, but I recently decided to do a deeper dive on it as I was thinking about the fact that I'm not the person that you hire to keep putting band-aids on problems. I'm very much the person you hire to go in and find the root causes, the root issues, and create systems to solve those so that you don't run yourself around in circles, use up all of your time and resources addressing a never ending supply of issues and problems that are coming from this one root issue. So, what is the 5 why analysis? Well, it's a problem solving method that simply involves asking 5 times why to get to the root cause of an issue. It was created by Taiichi Ono, who developed it in the 1950s as part of Toyota's production system. So I want to use an example from my work as a school administrator. Consider we're dealing with an issue. Students feel unsafe in our high school restrooms. So we ask, why aren't the bathrooms safe? And we come up with the answer because of vaping and other issues. Maybe it's fights or play fighting or sales of substances or whatever, but stuff going on in the bathrooms. So we ask again, well, why are there safety issues with vaping and so forth in the bathrooms? And the answer, well, because campus supervisors aren't consistently checking the restrooms. Now, on the surface level here, some people might look at this and just say, oh, well, campus supervisors aren't doing their job. But if we really move on and ask the next why aren't campus supervisors consistently checking the restrooms? And we get down to the answer, well, because there aren't enough campus supervisors. Oh, well, why aren't there enough campus supervisors is the next question. Answer, low pay and hiring process delays that make it difficult to attract and retain staff. Then we get down to the fifth why. Why are we paying too little and relying on inefficient hiring processes? Well, budgets have not been managed to prioritize staffing needs, and hiring processes have not been modernized. So that gets us down to that root issue that really needs to be solved. And here's where I really want to make the point that there are layers and layers of problems here that are created because of this root issue. Because of this root issue, campus supervisors are getting burnt out. Because of this root issue, we've got increased absenteeism among our campus supervisors as they're getting burnt out. Because of this root issue, we have more often fights that are not quickly intervened in, or that we don't catch wind of before they happen so that we can do something to stop them. Because of this root issue, we have more substance use issues by students. Because of this root issue, we have more parent complaints that we have to address, and that eats up time and resources in addressing those. Because of this root issue, administrative time is spent doing things like writing up campus supervisors for what could be perceived as not doing their jobs, when really that's not the root issue. You've got good people who are trying to do their jobs, but they're burnt out and they're spread thin, and they simply can't do their jobs. But instead, if we don't solve the root issue, we treat it like they're not quality, like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You create issues like administrators having to do the work of campus supervisors, stepping in and being that supervision, doing those restroom checks, which then also contributes to things like administrator burnout. And all of this contributes to a negative impact on school culture. So this is kind of one of the points I want to make, that if you just look at it and you say, oh, well, campus supervisors need to be trained better, or campus supervisors just, we need to be on top of them and be telling them to do their jobs. Well, when you don't have enough people to cover all the areas on campus simultaneously, you're not going to keep up. That's not where the issue is. So that is the 5 whys. That is what was created by Taiichi Ono as the 5 why analysis. And I would suggest to you that there is huge value in this. Yes, it's at a level that can seem superficial. I'd also suggest to you that sometimes you can get down to the root issue in less than 5 times asking why. Sometimes you can get down to even more base issues by continuing beyond the 5. 5's a good number, though. That usually gets you down to it. So there you go. Next time you're dealing with that management meeting where you have an issue that is coming up that just seems like it's one more time, it's stemming from the same source, don't be afraid to ask the whys and get down to the root of it.